keeping it simple will help you in the long run.
What do your podcasts look like? Are you using Ableton right now since you're on the road to do that?
Yeah, I can show you the podcast session if you want to see. Yeah, I mean, this is there would be no way I could do the podcast without Ableton, and now I do a different version for satellite radio for XM, for Sirius XM. We're just starting a new show, so yeah, and I have to be able to do that remotely. So the new battle is now, okay, well, I had this nice mic and preamp and compressor, all this analog gear, and I have to find a way to make it sound that good on the road with a USB mic. So that's going to be interesting, which I think it's possible. So this is the podcast. You might call this cheating, but I call this efficiency. So you got just fades and, and I have so I do this in here, and then I bring it in Pro Tools and do the voiceovers and the sweepers and all that. So yeah, it's just a faster radio. This is all done on the plane typically. But the fades go down from both tracks. Oh, this is really key. I start the music tracks, even though they're maxed out and limited, whatever, I have both of them at -6. Because when they come together, they're going to start peaking at some point, even with the fades. I don't use any EQ in here. I mean, when I'm DJing, I use EQ for sure. But with this, I'll show you. What's a good example here? This is a Wolfgang Gartner going into Martin Solveig mashup. So it's going down, from -6 from its initial state to -10. Sometimes it's not that dramatic. Sometimes it's just 2 dB. And a lot of tracks, everyone's starting their tracks with a filter on them or, just with a small kick. A lot of guys are doing that. And then coming with a big kick after the first breakdown or 32 bars into it. So I think with this one, it starts out like a small kick. Let's solo that. Yeah. This guy knows how to engineer a track, Hardwell. Holy shit. So the big kick comes in, 32 or 64 in there somewhere. So let's see if I got any other examples. Yeah, so basic fades in there. I don't do the auto fade thing at all. Just manually like that. And, really good tip. One thing I like more on the production side is, like, if you want a really nice swell and you don't want to take the time you don't want to draw it in, you don't want it to be a linear one, just use that controller, get it in there, and then fine tune it and smooth it out. I mean, it's amazing. If you want that exponential curve, so it just swoops in instead of a linear, boring fade. So I'm trying to do more of that, more of these exciting, kind of more dynamic automation. I've even taken graphics tablets and gotten a pen and done it like that before. It doesn't work very well with Ableton, but in Pro Tools it works. So you just use it. It's like a mouse. So.